Good morning, everybody. I'm Mike Carroll. I'm thrilled to be here today to share an important safety message for folks here in Pennsylvania. I want to thank you all for joining us, the West Shore School District, of course, for hosting us. The tragic fact is that too often drivers ignore the warning lights on school buses and try to pass them, putting children in jeopardy. This is just not acceptable and has the potential to shatter families and affect communities as a result of a tragedy. Statewide, there were 24 school districts and 91 law enforcement agencies that participated in Operation Safe Stop this year. There were 188 violations of the school bus stop law witnessed by school bus drivers and law enforcement agencies during this year's campaign. Now keep in mind, these are violations witnessed in just one day. Only a small percentage of school districts and law enforcement agencies participated in Safe Stop, so this is just a snapshot of what is likely occurring across the Commonwealth. The bottom line is that every incident involves a risk to a school-aged child. This is not acceptable. Now just imagine how many incidents go unreported, and that should give you an idea of why we are here today. With every violation of the school bus stop law, there is a potential for a catastrophe. We must do better. One student hurt is one too many. The goal has to be 0 injuries. School districts now have the option to install automated cameras on the stop arm of their buses to help enforce the school bus stop law. While this is another tool in the toolbox, it's still the responsibility of every driver to obey the law, keep their focus on the road, and be especially watchful in school zones and around school buses. Included in this pursuit of safety are students, who must also remember to be safe around school buses and at school bus stops and be mindful of the traffic. Kids shouldn't mess around at the bus stop and within a school zone and put themselves at risk. Times of lower light conditions or darkness now begin to align with school bus schedules at the beginning and the end of school days. So during those low light periods, be extra mindful as drivers of students at school buses and at bus stops. Please keep this in mind when you get behind the wheel, when you're going to or from work, or just as a result of your daily movements in your vehicle. Please keep alert around school buses and in school zones and around schools. And when warning lights are flashing yellow and red, it's time to slow down and it's time to stop. Please, let's make sure that we have a safe school year when it comes to transporting students and school buses. We want 0 accidents when it comes to school buses and school bus stops. If the lights are flashing, slow down and stop. It's just that simple. Now I'm happy to turn the podium over to Corporal Xenia Black, Permits and Bus Safety Unit Supervisor for the Pennsylvania State Police.
Thank you, Secretary Carroll. Good morning, everyone. I am Corporal Xenia Black with the Pennsylvania State Police, and I am the supervisor of the Permits and Bus Safety Unit at the Commercial Vehicle Safety Division. This past summer, the Pennsylvania State Police conducted inspections on over 23,000 school buses throughout the Commonwealth in preparation for the 2025-2026 school year. Each bus that transports students undergoes a thorough 65-point inspection during the summer, and many are randomly checked throughout the school year to ensure their continued compliance with safety regulations. More than 1.4 million children in Pennsylvania rely on school buses each day for safe transportation to and from their educational institutions. Ensuring their safety is a responsibility we all share, and it begins with a simple action: stopping when a school bus has its red lights flashing. There is never a valid excuse for passing a stopped school bus. Whether you're running late for work, rushing to an appointment, or responding to an emergency, it does not justify ignoring this critical safety measure. Even first responders are required to stop for a school bus when they have their emergency lights flashing. Remember, home will still be there. Your job will still be waiting for you. Soccer practice will still start. And yes, that text message can absolutely wait. When drivers are distracted or impatient around school buses, it is children who pay the price. According to Title 75, Section 3345 of Pennsylvania law, all traffic must stop at least 10 feet before reaching a school bus that has its red flashing lights activated and side stop arm extended. The only exception to this rule is if a highway is physically divided by a clearly defined barrier. However, if there is any doubt, the safest and correct action is to stop. The consequences for violating Pennsylvania's school bus stopping law are severe. A driver convicted of passing a stopped school bus will face a 60-day driver's license suspension, receive 5 points on their driving record, and incur a $250 fine. However, these penalties are trivial compared to the devastation a family may experience if their child is seriously injured or killed. No fine or suspension can ever make up for such a tragic loss. Let's all do our part. When you see those red lights flashing, remember it's not just a rule, it's a lifeline. A few seconds of patience could mean a lifetime of difference for a child and their family. Remember, red means stop. Thank you for your commitment to keeping Pennsylvania's children safe. At this time, I would like to introduce Deputy Secretary Amy Lena.
Thank you, Corporal. Good morning. I am PDE Deputy Secretary Amy Lena, and I am happy to be here to highlight school bus safety. Every day across Pennsylvania, our most precious cargo, our students, are traveling to and from school. Our school bus drivers and crosswalk attendants know that the importance of safely delivering that cargo and ensuring the well-being of 1.7 million learners in the Commonwealth is of utmost importance. Drivers know to stop at the flashing lights or extended arm of a school bus, and most travelers on our roadways take care to follow the law and to do their part. But keeping students safe at bus stops and in school zones requires the undivided attention of all motorists at all times. So what steps can you take to do your part? The first tip, which I just recently reviewed with my daughters who are young drivers, is also a good reminder for those veteran drivers. Keep your eyes on the road. Don't get distracted by your coffee, your cell phone, or even your fellow passengers. Stay alert and respond to the flashing light of those school buses. Follow the speed limit. Even reminder that during school time, there is a different speed limit with the school safety zone. So be careful and be cognizant of those speed limits, because getting where you need to be on time is never a reason to compromise the safety of others. Adhere to all traffic laws. Come to a complete stop for a crosswalk and at stop signs, and never attempt to pass a stopped bus. But most importantly, remember your surroundings. The Pennsylvania Department of Education is proud to be part of this coalition to ensure students can get to school ready to learn, grow, and achieve. And we thank our partners, many of whom are here today, who are equally dedicated to this critical mission. With that, I am honored to introduce our next speaker, West Shore School District Superintendent Dr. Todd Stoltz.
Good morning, and thank you everyone for joining us today to recognize another year of Operation Safe Stop. I'm Todd Stoltz, Superintendent of the West Shore School District, and I'm honored to be here alongside our partners in this important endeavor. For more than a decade, the West Shore School District has proudly supported Operation Safe Stop in order to reinforce our shared commitment to keeping students safe on their way to and from school. I would be remiss if I did not mention our partners in that endeavor, our contracted service provider, Roar Transportation, as well as all of the fine drivers that drive for us every day, and their dedication and commitment to keeping kids safe to and from school. West Shore buses do more than move students from point A to point B. Each day they connect students to classrooms, competitions, field trips, and new experiences, all while keeping safety at the heart of every journey. To combat the same issue, Operation Safe Stop battles with head-on. We've taken another important step on protecting our students. The district has partnered with Bus Patrol to enhance the safety of every school bus that transports West Shore students. As of October 20th, all buses carrying West Shore students have been equipped with advanced safety technology, including photo enforcement cameras that detect vehicles illegally passing stopped school buses when red lights are flashing and stop arms are deployed. Every potential violation is reviewed by law enforcement before a $300 citation is issued. In our first week with the new program, Bus Patrol identified 22 events they believed were eligible for citations. 22 occasions in 1 week that drivers passed a stopped bus transporting our students. We look forward to reviewing these results so we can continue coordinating the most effective strategies with local law enforcement. Catching folks in the acts with the camera system, while that is hopefully a deterrent to drivers out there, the reality is it does not stop that behavior from happening. Drivers must maintain focus on the road and pay attention, as we've heard the other speakers mention today. These enforcement measures aren't about punishment. They're about prevention, reminding all motorists that a moment of inattention or impatience can have devastating consequences. This new program strengthens an already strong partnership between our district, our drivers, our police departments, and the community. As we head into the darker mornings and earlier evenings of fall and winter, today serves as an important reminder for every driver. Slow down, pay attention, stop for the bus. Every time those red lights flash, it's a signal to protect our most precious passengers, our students, your children. I want to thank our bus drivers again one last time, our law enforcement partners, and our community for their continued commitment to safety. Together we can make sure every student's trip to and from school is a safe one.
One student hurt is one too many. The goal has to be 0 injuries. School districts now have the option to install automated cameras on the stop arm of. Please keep this in mind when you get behind the wheel, when you're going to or from work, or just as a result of your daily movements in your vehicle. Please keep alert around school buses and in school zones and around schools. Pennsylvania State Police.
Thank you, Secretary Carroll. Good morning, everyone. I am Corporal Zaina Black with the Pennsylvania State Police, and I am the chair. And it begins with a simple action: stopping when a school bus has its red lights flashing. There is never a...
It's not just a rule, it's a lifeline. A few seconds of patience could mean a lifetime of difference for a child and their family. Remember, red means stop. Lena.
Thank you, Corporal. Good morning. I am PDE Deputy Secretary Amy Lena, and I am happy to be here to highlight school bus safety. Where you need to be on time is never a reason to compromise the safety of others. Adhere to all traffic laws. Come to a complete stop for a crosswalk. And at stop,
All while keeping safety at the heart of every journey. To combat the same issue, Operation Safe Stop battles with head-on. We've taken another important